All right, welcome to Snohomish County Fire District 4 regular board meeting, Monday, January 8th. We will call this meeting to order at 1900 hours. Adopt adjust agenda. Any adjustments to the agenda?
Oh.
Right, do you have a motion to adopt the agenda as presented?
Move to adopt.
All in favor of that motion? Aye. Approve previous meeting minutes. Any changes to those minutes?
Nope.
All right. And we'll approve meeting minutes as presented. Open public comments. Do you have any open public comments? All right. Awards, recognitions, and promotions. We'll start with the oath of office. Commissioner Brian Mills.
Do you want anybody to come up with you?
No.
Okay.
We did the picture.
Okay.
And I did not memorize this, so I'm reading it, okay? I, Brian Mills, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution and laws of the United States and the Constitution and laws of the state of Washington, and that I will faithfully and impartially perform and discharge the duties of the office of Fire District 4 Commissioner Position 3 for a 6-year term according to the law and to the best of my ability.
Thank you. You now have all the rights and responsibilities that comes with this position.
Yeah, can I resign?
Congratulations.
Mr. Chief, may I have a moment?
Absolutely.
Thank you. I'd just like to say thank you to my family, especially my wife, for supporting me and in fact encouraging me to be a candidate and run. I would also like to thank the local firefighters union for endorsing me. That was a huge thing. I would like to thank the citizens of Snohomish for voting me in. And most importantly, I'd just like to thank God for putting me here in this position. And in addition to what I've just said, I promise to the best of my ability to help ensure that this department runs well, which it already is, but make sure that it continues to do that, and that the citizens of Snohomish are served well. That's what my goal is. Thank you. You may want to leave.
Hey, are we missing the academy grads?
We are. He's working at 43. They're out on a call.
All right, so he's going to be missing.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's informative, but
We can,
not real exciting.
I don't live in your district. We can, when he gets back, we can bring him in too and recognize him.
All right. We also can put it off as well. Not that we don't probably have that much time here.
Yeah. So, yeah.
All right, so then we'll just go with academy grads.
Alright, we, I know you guys have been anxious to meet our new academy grads since we got a couple new board members. So if you guys would like to stand up, please. We got Bailey Welch, Dan Hesfeld, and Edwin Westerman. And we also are missing out on a call Casey Rugg. So if he gets back in time, we'll get him in here and introduce him. The 4 of them spent a month together for pre-academy, went through a 12-week Snohomish County Academy up in the Stanwood area, and then 3 weeks of a post-academy. Just were assigned as a 4th on shift in the month of January. There'll be a 3rd, or old verbiage for shift certified, come February, and they just started their probationary period as part-time members. So congratulations. You might want to go shake some hands.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Welcome to the team. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So, and you guys have the option. You're more than welcome to hang out. Or if you want to take a long bathroom break and disappear, that's fine too. That's your choice.
You'll never know.
All right, old business, informational items, accounts payable, payroll. Any questions, concerns? Accounts payable? New business, board chair and vice chair election, election. Some discussion around who you would recommend, or who you recommend. I think I would recommend Brian being the chair this year if he feels comfortable, or if
Oh,
you want to wait,
no, that's fine.
you feel comfortable being the chair?
I would second that then.
All right, all in favor of that motion? Aye. All right, so Brian will be the chair and the vice chair.
Evan Merritt.
There we go. Evan?
All right. All right, all in favor of that?
Aye.
All right, and I will be the vice chair for 2024. All right, moving on to demolition contract, Pine Avenue demolition contract. Do you have any questions on that contract? It seemed pretty straightforward.
I don't. Do you have anything more to add, Chief?
No, like I said, obviously Faber's cheaper, so that's pretty obvious, but they've been pretty engaged. The other ones asked me one question. I've probably done a dozen calls with Faber. Just he wanted to make sure he's on the same track, same page, and so I appreciate that a lot more. That's probably why we're getting a better bid. That there could be a few costs in his that come up, meaning how much gravel. We don't know how much we want to bid, so we're just going to wait and hold that off. Where the AAA made a guesstimate and put it in their bid, and I was more comfortable with, let's just wait and see what we need when we need it and where. The other nice thing about Faber is they could be a company that bids on the actual project, so it's nice to start getting that relationship, help us evaluate when it comes bid time, if they do bid, the relationship, how they've done. So it's always good to start building those relationships, either positive or negative, so that we know what we're getting into. So,
Right.
no, I think it's gonna be pretty straightforward. Again,
I'll start when?
we have to kind of figure that out with training. And so getting this, I can start coordinating with them. We have one thing that's holding us up, and that's we can't start anything destructive until we get the cultural survey certified by the state. It's done, but it's in the state hands. And so as soon as that's certified, then training can get the go-ahead of, now we can start training, and then we can interface Faber with that. Because what we want to do is we want to start the demolition as we're training, so that one, that can help us get rid of things as we're training, and two, it'll be quicker. So we'll get Faber on the phone this week to start interfacing with training, so we can get that plan, and then it'll just be, this is the plan, and the start date will kind of be once we get the cultural survey, then it'll just be go. But we'll have, week 1, week 2, and Faber's good with that too. So they're pretty receptive, and so we'll get the plan, and then we'll just wait for the start date until we can get the go-ahead.
Is there going to be live fire training in there?
Yeah, the hope right now is to burn 4 of the houses.
Oh, cool.
And that's what'll be nice to
You
have.
a stagnant air advisory or something stupid like that come on.
Correct, and that's the nice thing about having Faber on, because they can get rid of there's 2 houses that are so bad we can't even,
Yeah.
right? So they can get that out of the way. As we burn, they can start getting that out of the way, so we don't just have these piles there. And so that'll be the other nice thing.
Good.
So yeah, pretty straightforward, since the one that sounds the best is also the cheapest. That makes it easy.
Any motion to approve the contract?
I think I make that motion.
All right.
Approve the contract for
All right.
Faber? Farber.
You want to pull it up and actually have the
Yeah.
dollar amount as well?
Yeah, and I have a purchase off, so I would advise saying up to 350. We can't go over 350 and be an MSRC, but that gives us that little wiggle room if something comes up that we're not sure about, that we don't have to come back to you.
So do we need to amend that motion? Is that what you're saying?
No, just did a dollar amount up to $350,000, just so it's stated in the motion. You looking for that dollar amount?
I didn't see it.
Just Their bid was 310, but I would advise doing the motion up to 350 to give us a little wiggle room on that much.
Oh, there it is. Okay, scroll past it. So 350?
Yeah, you just don't want to go above 350 because then we couldn't use.
So
All right, so you make a motion, I make a motion to approve the contract for up to $350,000. And then
okay, I make that motion.
okay, all in favor of that motion? Aye. All right, motion passed. Demolition contract, transport waivers, so that was it for the demolition
Yep.
contract, all right, transport waivers. Did, both the gentlemen get the opportunity to look through the transport waivers?
I did. Talked to him earlier.
All right. Any recommendations on the waivers?
Yeah.
I actually got a question, can we have the person that didn't fill out the information, can we send it back to him and say, hey, we'd like to try to help you out, but you gotta finish it out, is that possible, or?
We could do that through systems design, our
Okay.
builder.
And in the email, I kind of alluded to, so our policy is a little vague. I think the intent of the policy was we wouldn't evaluate things that didn't have that, but it doesn't quite say that. And so some of these we've asked multiple times and they don't respond. And so we need to get some direction from you of how we want to do that and do an update to the policy. So if there's a minimum amount of information that you want, we need to have clear direction from you that we don't bring you things that don't have. Right now, if you read it, whatever we get should come to you, and that's why these came to you, because we've asked many times, and so we don't have to do
On
that
one of these,
tonight.
it does have a recommendation, the other one just says that not enough information
Yeah,
was.
that's what I'm saying. So we'll ask them, but as a bigger discussion item over the next few months, we need to kind of take a peek at where we want to be, where you guys want to be, and then let us draft some modifications to the language. Doesn't have to change anything.
Are you suggesting that so we don't continue to kick it back to him and wait, or do you want us to, are you asking us that so we can make a decision and move forward?
No, we'll kick it back. I'm just saying on a bigger picture, this is a good example of where we need to do some tidying up.
Modification of the
Yeah.
current policy.
Yeah, we'll send it back to them again, but let's say we send it back to them and we don't get anything for 6 months. By the policy, we should still bring it back to you for a decision. Or you guys can give us different direction and we can change the language, and then if there was a minimum amount of things you wanted, if we didn't get that, no matter how, we'd ask a certain amount of times, it'd be in the policy, and then we just would say your waiver is not going to be evaluated because you didn't give us enough information.
How much leeway do we have as a board outside of whatever state statutes or something that might exist?
100%.
Just set our own, it's all us. Okay.
So we can waive the amount if we wanted to right now, I just think that someone should fill out the information.
Yeah.
Again, I think
we should do right by them and try to make sure that we're giving them the opportunity to.
Right. Yeah, and if we can.
Yeah. Maybe.
How many of these do we get a year?
I think we had 10 or 12 last year.
So it's not a huge.
And 99% of the time, they give us all the information we need, but probably one a year just refuses to give us anything.
Or
It just didn't-
can't, or is confused, or whatever, for whatever reason, yeah. Is the process, I don't want to spend a lot of time on it, but is the process pretty straightforward for the people on the other end? Most people get it figured out and get stuff back to us.
There's a simple application and a request for some information and just approve income, and that's about it.
And I wouldn't say confused. I mean, system designs really works with them to help them understand what they need and get the information.
Okay.
I mean, I can't be 100% certain, but I would say the ones that we don't get information are deciding not to give us the information versus. And again, it's one a year too. So if you just want to get those, we just need direction, because the standard is you typically get all the information, and then every so often we get one that just bounces around for a long time.
Sure. Yeah. I'm fine with the one for the
And then the
deceased. Yeah.
yes, absolutely. That one, my recommendation would be to waive the full amount, and then the second one, let's kick that one back and then have it.
Ask for more info again.
Yeah, and then-
I agree.
And we'll wait a few months, and if we don't get it, we'll bring it back to you. And like I said, if you like the way the policy is now, we'll leave it alone. If you want something more, we can look at it. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
I'm not.
I'm not sure we need to see those all the time. You know, if it's just a straightforward boom, 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 then I'm not sure the board really needs to.
I think they have to, because we need a motion to allow them to be waived. So they have to come to us.
You could do it by policy.
Well, but
Yeah.
the current policy
Oh, yeah.
that we established, right,
Yeah.
says that we have to do that. But that was my question.
Yeah,
We can decide how we want to do it in any way, correct?
You could make a policy that says anything that comes to us waived. You could say anything under $100 is waived. So you have the leeway of taking
Yeah,
action at every
that's
meeting
what I was
or
going
setting a policy. But again, it's 100% in your court.
Just trying to streamline.
Yeah.
And if I could jump in, it's not really clear. It leaves the person an option to give information to support. So it's good information for us or you guys to make a decision, but it doesn't require it. So that's where we get some of this kind of stuff. It's just these vague requests with not
Yeah.
anything to support it.
Okay.
And you guys are asked to make a decision based on that. So it's just to give you a lot of information.
So the extreme example, I think by the policy, if somebody wrote on a napkin, I would like my bill waived. If we couldn't get them, we would technically have to bring that to you. Or you could say like, if we don't get information, we're not
I've
even
seen
bringing it.
interesting things on that.
All right, well, I will need a motion on
Yeah.
waiving those.
I make a motion that we waive,
There's a number you can reference.
20, 23, 17, and then 23, 18.
2023-17 is the deceased.
yeah, that one.
All right,
Waive it.
Approve that one and ask for more information on the other.
20, 23, 18. All right, all in favor of that motion? Aye. Motion passed. All right. Comments, executive staff.
Jason?
I provided, it was shorter than my normal fire ops report, but I've got some updates on the information I provided you. We are in the planning phase, a little bit deeper into the planning phase for hosting a confined space class. Lieutenant Osborne and myself went and evaluated a couple of off-site locations, so we're planning on using Station 83 as for 3 to 4 days of the class, and then do some scenarios out in the field. So we've done that evaluation. I've tied in with the lead instructor, who's a local over in Port Townsend, and we will be sending a flyer out fairly soon. That class will be limited to 14 members, so us and Surfer are still arm wrestling over how many and who gets what, but we should have probably a minimum of 8 of our members participating in that class in May. We're also, as we talked about the demolition contract, training division is meeting for the second time this week. We're meeting also with Surfer and South County's training division, walking the property, looking at the training opportunities to open it up to neighboring agencies. And then we're gonna need more resources when we get to the live fire portion of it. So we're bringing them in kind of on the ground floor. We have a general idea of what kind of training activities we want to conduct down there, and we're just waiting for the abatement and the ARC contract, or the state to approve that before we have the dates. We had a tentative dates, but it's being pushed back already because we have to wait for all those things before we can go in and start modifying the homes for training. We got to get the abatement and the archaeology report back. So, but we are we're kind of in a hold, but we're in this hold period. We're planning. So,
Do you have an estimated time of when you guys plan to do that?
I am hoping that initially it was going to start next week, and we had it set up with by platoon, 4 platoons, 4 block training sessions, since we match up schedules with all of our neighbors. If I was guessing, probably first week in February. We're going to meet this week, actually Thursday, and go over what the plan is. There's probably 3 to 4 days of prep work we'd like to do. So even if we got the green light tomorrow, crews are going to want to get in there and do a little bit of refining 2x4s, OSB, to build a few props that we can use over and over for the purpose of the block training. So I'd say probably, I'm guessing February would be my. Would be
I have
my
a conflict of interest. I have my schedule. Can you make sure I'm working on those days? I brought it. I brought my schedule somewhere around here. No, I just,
We may need to borrow some of your tools across the street, so.
yeah, they're all over there, so. That's good. That's good to hear. Chief Osborne, are you done with your report?
Yes.
Okay.
Just a couple of updates to what I submitted in writing. Our Chevy Colorados are here on site now. Canopies are on, slide outs are in. We start going in tomorrow for the locals and the striping. And then it'll be get the license siren installed and put those things in service. So hoping within 14 days, all of that will be done and they will be in service. We do have 7 days left on the current Gov Deals auction where we've got our surplus items that are out there. We've got some bids coming in on everything except for 2 of the items so far. And so that is looking real good. As far as community outreach, just a quick update. Saturday, Gary was asked back to cook. He's becoming the go-to man, maintenance Gary Jessup, cooking pancakes and French toast. Everybody loves them. There was about 168 people served at the senior center last Saturday. So we're going to keep that going. And then on the chaplain side, as far as community outreach goes, our chaplain group, very involved in the county with a whole bunch of organizations. They were just asked by the medical examiner's office and the Sonoma County Sheriff's Office to come down and actually do a presentation for the 9 new Sheriff's Office recruits. So they've been very involved in the past, but they've never done this before. So hit our deputies right from the ground up for the county. So they've agreed to go and do that. I can't remember when it is. I was told that I forgot, and I'm sorry for that. They'll be doing that. Other than what I submitted, that is it for now.
Thank you.
We also have our new engine should be here any day as well. It's supposed to have been sometime this week, so we're expecting that to be rolling in here in the next week or so.
What's the process look like? Is it?
We have most of the equipment is either here or on the current engine or in inventory. So it'll be as fast as we can get whatever final decals and radios and stuff like that. It shouldn't be too long. You know, wheelbase, a lot of that stuff is almost identical to our current engine, so there shouldn't be a whole lot of training as far as driving.
Is there a local vendor that we deal with for those?
True North, they're based out of Marysville, right? Yeah. So True North is the sales
Okay.
for the Spartan brand. And I think True North is, Ron might know, True North is part of a company out of Canada actually now. So they used to be a US one, is that right? Yeah, so they're a branch of a Canadian company out of BC somewhere, but has an office in Marysville.
Okay.
Brian, they used to be H&W out of Oregon.
Oh.
With the audit stuff, I talked to you about that a little bit. They had 3 areas of focus for the state audit. There's fuel systems, small and attractive items, and cash bags or petty cash items. And we got a pass basically on the fuel scrutiny because of the system that's in out here. So they're auditing year 2022, but after having a discussion during our initial interview with them and explained to them the system that we have gone to, they said, okay, we don't really want to look at any year 2022 stuff. So that was a relief for Chief Osborne and myself though, because it's quite a mess. Everything's there, it's just a mess, so.
Just all in the shoebox, huh?
It's in the shoebox, yeah, so to speak, exactly. And the auditor had made a request, apparently she'd reached out to the commissioners last week or last year, didn't get a response. And I found out that she has to audit or interview 3 people. So I already gave her an interview last year. She needs to do 2 more, and so I gave her you guys emails, fresh meat.
I spoke with her this morning.
Oh, you did? Fantastic.
Excellent.
Okay.
I think
Um,
email, huh? Maybe I didn't.
So it might have been because you didn't express interest in that meeting or something, I'm gonna pass your email on to her. But, anyway, so she's gotta do 3, so it sounds like she's accomplished 2, she's looking for 1 more. And I did find out that Chief, you would pass as well to do that, so.
I would?
Yep.
Okay, I think I emailed it back.
Maybe 2 of staff, and it's gotta be like a mix of 3 people, so. So, anyways, that's about all I got for you.
All right. Chief, you got
Not a little bit, so, our first meeting with South County and Surfer Chiefs is this week, Thursday, so that'll be starting that process to discuss and see what they're interested in. Obviously, the property is the biggest thing we're working on right now, and the only thing new since then is all of the tenants and occupants are out except for 308. We have access, we have control of all the buildings except for 308, and they're paying us rent for through the 14th of January. And then they paid us back for the use of the external fence that they decided to do without ours. So they paid us $3,000 of rent, $8,000 for the fence. And then if they stay in the 3rd week of January, that is $6,000 for that week. And then the 4th week of January is $10,000 a week. And then it stays $10,000 a week after that until they've moved out.
Who's quite the incentive?
Incentive.
Incentive, yeah.
My preference is to not be a landlord.
Oh, I agree.
So that's really the only change to what I emailed you. And then, like I said, it's just a busy time of year to close out last year and start this year.
All right. Any questions for him? Charlie?
Commissioner Merritt, I got one more introduction whenever you guys are ready.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So our 4th recruit, Casey, thanks for making it. Your comrades already did their skit, so.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Your skit, you got something prepared.
Oh, yeah, what do you got?
We picked the song.
See how they look along the way.
All right, is that everything from the executive staff? Yes. All right, commissioner comments.
I would just like to say that I'm extremely excited and looking forward to working with Chief Waller and his staff and the local, and I'm just happy. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the 2 of you guys to be here.
Pardon me?
I already said that I'm excited to have both of you
I think it's gonna work out really well. I think
Yeah, I'm
we
excited.
have a lot of potential and the future looks bright.
I agree. All right, any other comments? Then we will adjourn this meeting at 19:29.
Couldn't even get a record.
Continue.